the back roads where the girls are homegrown. That southern thing, so sexy how they talk slow. And something happens in the woods of Kentucky. Drinking moonshine, bonfire, pour the gasoline.
Farther south where the sweet tequila flows. Tiny clothes, yo te amo Mexico. Senoritas, Rita, sipping margaritas on the beach. They got something you can't teach. I've been all around the world. Every single part, every part of the world. Touching down in Rio, Monaco, LA, Tokyo. Oh, but it all just feels like home. Yeah, it all still feels like home. Yeah, it all just feels like home. Yeah, it all still feels like home. Rock out in Bangkok, where the party don't stop. Eyes open, bloodshot, seeing things I never.
देर लगी लेकिन मैंने अब है जीना सीख लिया। जैसे भी हों दिन मैंने अब है जीना सीख लिया। अब मैंने ये जाना है खुशी है क्या गम क्या दोनों ही दो पल की है रुते न ये ठहरे ना रुके। जिंदगी दो रंगों से बने अब रूठे अब मने। यही तो है यहाँ। देर लगी लेकिन मैंने अब है जीना सीख लिया। आंसुओं के बिन मैंने अब है जीना सीख लिया। अब मैंने ये जाना है किसे कहूँ अपना। है कोई जो ये मुझसे कह गया ये कहा तू रह गया। जिंदगी तो है जैसे कारवां तू है तन्हा कब यहाँ। सभी तो है
today, but I like to introduce the first Sister Seraphine because she has to go now, and I like she speak 2 lines, and after that we continue. Please, Sister Seraphine.
You all, good evening. I worked for Father Placido for 4 years and then I had to go out and work. And I found Amin in Dadar. He did not want to come. He wanted to kill me.
I have the stone in my hands.
But I'm proud of him at today what he is. Then I'm proud of Sneha Sadan and I love it dearly. Because I know what happens to the children as they grow up. Then thank you for giving me a chance. Bye.
Dilip, Vibha, without them, I don't think so this book is readable. Because all the words are dancing when I wrote, but they made readable. So you could understand my feelings better than before. And I will like my book opening, first do Sahir, because Sahir is the first person. And Sahir going to read, because I am not good in reading. So as I told you, Sahir is very good in reading, and so he will read the introduction. If Sahir don't mind.
I spoke to my friend Marta Mikel, a doctor. She spent 3 years working at a hospital in a small village in Orissa. There she wrote a book about her experiences. She sold 500 copies and donated all the money she made to the hospital. They used it to buy a generator so that they could continue to work during the frequent power cuts in the area. I am very proud of Martha. She was my client, but today she is my friend, and what she did made me think, if she could do it, why not me? Why can't I make my dreams come true? I spent a whole night thinking about this. Initially, I thought I would write a book when I realized my dreams, when I became somebody in this world. But if my cafe, I will call it Bombay to Barcelona, is to be born, I have to write this book now. I know a boy called Sahir D'Souza. When I began writing this book, he was 10 years old. He reads a lot of books and tells me many stories. He said to me many times, Amin, write your autobiography, before I even knew what autobiography meant. He also said he would help me write it. He will take my words and put them in order to help me make my book readable, because otherwise I will not be able to explain things well enough. Sahir's family is my family. They are part of my life. And now this is my life.
Thank you, Sahir. Thank you. Nice to be here. Please.
I'm trying not to break down. There are two things that come to my mind. One is what the prophet Simeon said when Jesus was presented in the temple. And he said something like this, that this child is destined, am I right, Sarah? That we don't know what this child will turn out to be. And this happens in the case of every child that comes to Sneha Sadan. The other thing that strikes me right now is that you read in the introduction again and again about dreams. And I always said that no dream is ever so small and no dreamer is ever so big. Personally, I like people who dream, and there are people who analyze dreams. That is why we human beings are so different one from the other, as well as from the animal kingdom as well. That it is necessary to dream, because whatever goes on in one's mind, is so deep. And it's a good sign that some people can dream, good or bad. That is why I like the expression that No dream is ever so small, and no dreamer is ever so big. Just now, all I can remember is, because Amin brought out a few things which I remember quite well, that he was at a canteen stall, only a pant, a short pant, and no banyan. And his hand was something like this. I don't know why I can be so emotional, but I was going all around the station looking for him.
For 3 days.
I was happy I found him. And ever since that thing goes on, and this happened with many other children, because sometimes, or rather often, I go out of my way, because different children have different plans, options. Not that I saw anything in this boy, but I really went out of my way, to get him. Maybe a little later I'll talk to you more freely. It's a great day today for him, for us, and for all the other children of Sneha Sadan. Because what happens is, very few of them dream. Very few of them, they have a positive attitude in life. Because it takes a long time for them to forget the trauma under which many of them leave the house. My next issue of the book, I tried to be this as much as I could. I'm very happy for all of you. I'm very happy for this man. And I wish more people catch on this contagion and this push that this man has. Even for some of you, this man is already thinking, it is so difficult today. He wants that coffee shop. It's practically impossible. Yet I know that if you're convinced and if you have a dream, and that dream is in God's plan, it will work. This much faith I have. I am not at all discouraged. I pray that this dream of his becomes a reality. I don't know how some of you feel, but today, as he said, he's got a very, and I also agree with him, that nobody cares today what happens to people, what happens to children, and everybody is interested just in themselves. Not that we are good, you all are bad, not that attitude. But you see it outside, you see it everywhere. Even this property thing, people who have, or this coffee shop that you would like to start, it's a good idea. And I feel you pass the word around, and somebody, sometime, somewhere. Something else that I learned very, very is, we are here to make children whole, not holy. And this is what we achieved till today, because I cannot give anybody faith. Faith only God gives. I'm getting now a little emotional, and you get tired of hearing me, because always when I talk, I also hear myself. And my feedback I get is, listen, Placido, you're talking, just shut up. And this is what I'm going to do. Thank you very much again. Anything you want to ask me, I'll be very happy to share with you. I wish this man on your behalf all the best. Thank you very much.
Or Dilip, like to speak something.
A fair number of you here know me as Didi. And at one time I seriously considered changing my name, because even the Spaniards who came to Bombay would say, "Hello Didi, how are you?" And I had to tell them that my name was actually Vibha. Well, Amin, I got to know Amin when I had my son. And
So I've watched him, as I watched my children grow, I saw Amin grow. And with him, small dreams which became slightly bigger and bigger. Step by step, he realized all of them. The first one was to start his small taxi service, which he started with a second-hand car. It was an Esteem, no? Yeah. Then it became an Innova, which he still has. Then he also wanted to buy a small house for his mother, which he did. And then it was a house for himself, which he has already also done. His next dream, on which he's on the threshold of his new dream now, which is to start the cafe, and I'm sure that he's going to succeed there too. What I want to tell you is that with Amin there have been very few shortcuts. He doesn't ever try to take the easy way out, giving a bribe here, a quiet 100 there. No, there is an honesty that he carries with him and a positive attitude. He will wait, he will wear you down, but he'll walk the straight path. Father Placi, I think that comes also from having grown up in Sneha Sadan. I'd like to tell you something about my own family. My aunt married a man who eventually became an alcoholic and used to beat her and abuse her and the children. And he eventually left them. And my father helped her right through. So every month, a little bit of money would be given to my aunt so that she could bring up those 3 boys. They're all grown up now, and they're far wealthier than any of us could have ever dreamt of, or my father ever was. How they have become wealthy is something I would not like to share with you. And it always broke my father's heart that they went that way. And he would say, yes, I helped them and I gave them money, but I did not give them values. And somehow he always felt that he had fallen short of his duty as an uncle. And there I think Father Placi has done a fantastic job with the boys that grew up here, and especially with Amin. So Sneha Sadan, they always say, I'm from house number 1, I'm from house number 3, house number 8. These are homes. They are real homes. And Father Placi is a real father to all these children. Thank you, Father, for what you have done for these children. They're 40,000, but they're fantastic citizens of this country. We have come through a few weeks of horror in this country, and I just told you that as my children grew up, I watched Amin grow. And it's difficult to find heroes around us these days. But I think this is the one hero I would like my children to look up to and grow up like. Thank you.
Friends are here from my childhood. I think without them in my Sneha Sadan journey, it will be not so fun, as you will read the book. And that's my brother, my friend, especially Suresh, is my best friend. He always there for me in everything. Whatever I need, all the help, all the support, he's always there for me. In good, in bad, he's always there. So I really and especially thanks to all of you. And today I'm standing here, the one of the most important person who I spend the most of my time, more than Sneha Sadan, more than my family, more than street, is Justice Fernandez, who been like my father. What I never had. So, this is my boy. And my best friend, who listen my all nonsense, good, bad. Everybody will know in the world what I have done. Even I have done this much, he will make, I have done that much. So, of course, I miss in this moment Justice, like my father, who not here, but he's here, in around. And in me, somewhere, what I learned, all this artist idea, the covers, looking at with the feelings, the light. So, he's not there, and of course, Father Tony. And I will like, yes. And as I said in my book, Justice who lead me, Mary who feed me.
If you feel to support, please. And knock every door, your neighbors, your friends, if you like the book. If you don't like it, imagine you waste one expensive coffee, as some of you do sometimes. Bye, thank you.
आंसुओं के बिन मैंने अब है जीना सीख लिया। अब मैंने ये जाना है किसे कहूँ अपना। है कोई जो ये मुझसे कह गया, ये कहा तू रह गया। जिंदगी तो है जैसे कारवां, तू है तन्हा कब यहाँ। सभी तो है, सभी तो है यहाँ। कोई सुनाए जो हंसती मुस्कुराती कहानी, कहता है दिल मैं भी सुनूं। आंसू के मोती हो जो किसी की निशानी, कहता है दिल मैं भी चुनूं। बाहें दिल की हो बाहों में चलता चलूं यूं ही राहों में, बस यूं ही अब यहाँ अब वहाँ। देर लगी लेकिन मैंने अब है जीना सीख लिया। आंसुओं के बिन मैंने अब है जीना सीख लिया। है कोई जो ये मुझसे कह गया, ये कहा तू रह गया। जिंदगी तो है जैसे कारवां, तू है तन्हा कब यहाँ। सभी तो है, सभी तो है यहाँ।
Rock out in Bangkok, where the party don't stop. Eyes open, bloodshot, seeing things I never thought. Sweating in the heat, God, I love the way they speak. Burning up the streets, dancing like a freak. I've been all around the world. Every single part, every part of the world. Touching down in Rio, Monaco, LA, Tokyo. Oh, but it all just feels like home. Yeah, it all still feels like home. Yeah, it all just feels like home. Yeah, it all still feels like home. So many things to see, so many eyes to meet. I couldn't count them all if I had eternity. So I just want you to know, everywhere that I go, I'll take a piece with me. Beijing, Stockholm, Buenos Aires to take over. Moscow, Cape Town, showed us how to get down. London, Berlin, this is where it all began. San Juan, Sydney, can't forget the NYC. I've been all around.